What's happening, guys? It's Danielaz1989 coming back at you with episode 8 of the Journey career. Now, if you remember last time in the Journey career, we got injured in, I think it was our second La Liga game. And it was strange because we got injured and then we was watching Danny Williams on the telly as Alex Hunter, and then we came on as Danny Williams in the game. So it made no sense, and then it gave us a cutscene whether to save Danny's career or end Danny's career. And I was a bit like, I like Danny Williams, I think he's great, I think his sense of comedy is brilliant. So we chose to help save him. So I don't know what's going to happen now. I would presume that we're going to play as Danny Williams for a while, but let's advance forward and find out what's going to happen. Training, that's what's going to happen. I hope it hasn't skipped back like it did in the last episode, because I'm sure it was Hunter then.
Gentlemen,
no, we are Danny Williams.
We do a little hard training today.
Because in the last episode, if you remember, it skipped back from the signing with Atletico Madrid, and then it skipped back and... Anyway, let's train with Danny Williams. Acceleration 75, he's got decent strength, decent shot power, not bad finishing at 70. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to do some damage with Danny Williams here. Nice finish. Try a deep one. De Gea on that. Let's try a low hard one. Another good save. Let's just try and beat him as I would, but that's not a very good finish either. Let's try and take it round him if we can. Dip that underneath him. Beautiful finish. Go for a long range, that's better from Danny Williams. Show Mourinho we're taking note of how Danny Williams is performing. That was a decent effort, but didn't quite fly where we wanted it to. That's better, but a good save from De Gea. Both low and hard. Them low and hard shots seem to be very good on FIFA 18, but cracked the post there. But almost in the A zone, but a decent save from De Gea. We need to score this one. We do score this one. We get a B. We can deal with a B. And volley performance, here we go. I would imagine his volleys aren't brilliant, but his headers should be good, seeing as he's 6'4", but it's not one that we can use headers on its volleys, so the ball's crept in. That was a decent half volley. He uses his head that time. He is good at heading, definitely. I think that is going to have to be our strategy in the next Man United game that we do. And by the way, I just thought I'd add in, I was right about my theory with Danny Williams signing for Manchester United. I had a feeling he was, just because of the, like I said, the red stripes down his jacket. But either, I think it'll be quite good to play at Man United with Danny Williams. I've got 2 Bs in training, so we can deal with 2 Bs in training. It should put us in the starting 11, and I'm hoping that I can do something to further forward Danny Williams' career, because I do like Danny Williams. I think he's hilarious. I think some of the stuff he comes out with was brilliant. I thought in the first Journey mode on FIFA 17, Danny Williams was a star of a character. At the first you disliked him a little bit, and then you fell out with Gareth, and he was sort of like there as a good mate. So I'm hoping that we're going to get in the start 11. Cutscene.
Williams, a word.
Oh, worse than Hunter. A word. Always a word, Butler.
Gaffer wants you starting in the second leg of the League Cup semi. We've been too predictable in the final third lately, and he wants to shake it up a bit.
You having me on?
No, not the time. 0-0 after the first leg. Game away from Wembley. My advice to you, take this opportunity. Might be the only one you get, especially playing in your natural position.
Ah, so he did have a word. Mr. Butler pulls through. Like I said, tough but fair. I do like Mr. Butler. How all coaches should be, tough but fair. He knows good talent when he sees it, clearly. So, I think Alex has actually mentioned him in a post. So has Gareth Walker. Gareth Walker and Danny Williams never really saw eye to eye. But we should be in the starting 11 for this now. And I'm hoping that if we are in the starting 11 with the supply from Mkhitaryan, from Pogba, from Matic, from Herrera, from Martial, we should be able to do something well with Danny Williams here. So I'm probably going to do the strategic way. See him here. It's very nervous. That was a very nervy look from Danny Williams, like feeling the pressure a little bit. But I'm going to try and use Danny Williams' strength. Now his strength is 6'4", and I would imagine that his heading ability, being 6'4", is going to be quite good anyway. So with Mkhitaryan and Martial on either wing, I'm going to try and feed them out wide either side. We are against Everton at Goodison Park. I'm going to try and feed either or down one side and then cut inside and look for the header, which is possibly Danny Williams' strength. So fingers crossed we can get Danny Williams here, a decent performance and somewhat way of going to helping him out in his career. But a decent pass from Pogba there does find Danny Williams.
And what looks, Alan, very defensive, but
and it's a decent pass. Can we try and win this, Danny Williams? He should have some strength. He did have was it 72 strength that I saw, and he should be doing a lot better at 6'4" with his strength. But I'm just hoping that Manchester United, having the talent that they have, can supply Danny Williams with the passes that he needs or the crosses that he needs, and we can just do the rest. So we've got a full game to do something, so I'm hoping in this first half that we can help Danny Williams out on the way to road to glory. Now, in situations like this, as you see there, he should win those headers, and he did win that header. So, again, let's get Martial in down the wing, try and make an overlap run for him. I'll ask for this. Go for a quick turn. Danny Williams has got in. I just want to put in a good performance. Let's try and get a decent pass away, and almost a goal from Pogba there. If Pogba had got in, he would have got an assist there and just give a better overall performance, because in his first performance that we had with him, we had like 15 minutes to do something with, and it just wasn't enough time, and Chelsea ended up scoring, and Danny Williams just basically couldn't do anything. But we've got a full game here, and I'm hoping now that we can provide something. So I've provided Pogba with a decent pass. I am in the gap here if he wants to use me. Asked for that off Martial, and I ended up losing it. Can we win that back? Everton are no slouch. I know they've not been the best in the Premier League so far in real life, but on the game they have some really good quality, and as we know, the game doesn't follow what happens in real life. It matters on the players and the quality you've got. So I would imagine they'll put up some sort of a fight, but Pogba should have come back to Danny Williams there and didn't. He went to Mkhitaryan. It's probably the wrong pass.
That's very good shielding.
Sandro holding the ball up well. That's a decent ball out. I think that's Coleman out wide. He's there. It's a decent challenge, and we possibly can get away on the counter here. And we'll try and get Martial in, because Martial's definitely got a lot more pace than Danny Williams. But can Martial win that? He can't. He ends up losing out. I thought Martial would have just sprinted away there with his pace, but it didn't end up going that way. Decent pass. Coleman's down the wing, tries to get a pass onto Nias. Well, Nias is offside.
Black and white, 2 trophies. You know, there's only so many to go for, so it's got to be deemed a success.
Lofted forward. Danny Williams should win the header, and I think I did win the header. I didn't get a nice pass for it, so it may not have come off us. It may come off an Everton player. But I'll ask for that in the gap. Try and use man out wide. Valencia made a decent ball. Oh, if that ball had come in, we'd have definitely scored there. I'd charged the shot up with a finesse shot. I would like to say we'd have definitely scored there with Danny Williams, but the pass didn't quite come across. Mkhitaryan trying to win that. He's trying his best to win it.
Really getting at the opposition this far up the pitch.
Is there, and that's well won. Pogba's got the ball. I asked for it. I've got it with Danny Williams here. Try and turn. If I can just get Pogba in, It's a decent pass and well cleared at the back. Pogba's got it again. I can see the ball out wide. Valencia's in a lot of space. Come on, Valencia, bring that down. Oh, I just wanted to feed Valencia in there because he was in so much space and he just didn't read it quickly enough and it's ended up going out of play. We are on a 7.2, so we're not doing too badly. Almost coming up to half time. We've not really had a chance yet with Danny Williams. I'm hoping one will come before half time. Just may possibly dropped it to Pogba. Pogba with a nice bit of skill, but sort of tripped over his own feet from the tackle and has ended up losing the ball.
Now Mkhitaryan.
There's Valencia.
There's some hot news for you from St James's
Going to get into some space here. I've asked for the ball. Let's try and get Martial in behind. It's dropped to Darmian instead. Martial's there. I'll ask for it at the edge of the box. Try and turn. Let's get a shot away with Danny Williams. Not the best shot, but a shot nonetheless. Apparently it was a poor shot according to Mourinho, but a shot nonetheless.
Alan McInally earlier. Not an easy thing to do, I can tell you. But he did tell us that Liverpool
not really
in that match.
Had a
the score is now 1-0.
Chance to get properly through, but Valencia has given away advantage there, and the ball comes forward, but Rojo does clear up well. And Baines has still got the ball. Desperately trying to get it away. Coming up to half time. We have got time to break away if the ball can be won. A few players around the ball now. Danny Williams is waiting. I'm just going to shout for it to try and get it up the field, but possibly should have asked for a cross instead of just a pass. And I think half time is going to be upon us very, very shortly. There it is, half time.
All the way to get their place in the final.
It's been a very
half time in the second leg.
How can I say?
With everything to play for.
Not what's the word I'm trying to look for? Not very quality in the game. Not much quality at all. It's been very much a possession game. We have got a thumbs up and green for everything, but all we've basically done is found some decent passes. We have got a shot away at goal, was on target, but we haven't had a clear-cut chance to score. But I've won that ball there, with a nice interception, and being held up by Nias there. There goes Herrera. The ball had come over the top there. I could have got through, but Pogba tried to bring it down, flicked off his heel, and ended up wasting it.
Now Anthony Martial.
There's Pogba. I'll ask for that off Herrera. I'm in a bit of space now, so I'm just going to keep going. Try and use Mkhitaryan. I'll ask for that back in the pocket. Can we turn? No, we can't turn. I forgot Williams isn't blessed with pace, and I just went to drop the shoulder and sprint forward, and there was no going in. Decent tackle though. Can Pogba flick it on? Pogba can't flick it on because he gets shut down.
Coleman.
It is very much a midfield battle here, and as you can see, the ball keeps coming back and forward. Herrera, no. It's definitely a midfield battle, and I'm just going to have to drop a little bit deeper to try and get a pass, and then maybe play a 1-2 and get out. Otherwise, Everton seem to be more likely of pressing forward. But I've asked for the ball, I've got it. Let's use Mkhitaryan there. It'll drop to Matic. There's a lot of space if I can ask for a ball in the gap. Herrera has got Matic in. I'm going to ask for it. Oh, sorry, it was Mkhitaryan. I asked for the header, and Williams, the other Williams, being Ashley Williams, beat me to it. Now, I am quite a tall at 6'4", so I'm going to ask for it. Danny Williams possibly go up for it, and it is cleared away. The ball is still possibly can come in. It does come in, but cleared away by Ashley Williams. And not shot by Danny Williams. There is Mkhitaryan flicking in behind. He should get there with his pace and headed out for a corner. I'm going to run into some space and ask for this again. I am the taller player. Ball just come in. Danny Williams go up for it, gets the header. Off target. Slaps the grass at frustration, because clearly he wants to impress. We just haven't had that chance where we've got through, and or even a chance to have a decent effort on goal. Hoping that a possible chance will come. Pogba's there. Mkhitaryan needs to slam it off fast so I don't get tackled, and I ended up giving possession away because I tried to pass it off quickly. Almost won that. I'll try and pinch us in midfield and get a counter attack here maybe. Everton's still coming forward. That's a decent pass out wide, and I think it was Valencia there that won the intersection, or won the tackle, if you like. Ball is sent back to Valencia.
And Herrera.
There's Mkhitaryan. I'm going to ask for that off Herrera. I've got it. Let's do a quick 1-2 with Martial. I'm going to send Martial down the wing. That's an excellent pass from Danny Williams. And a corner ball. That's a little bit better. But do we have enough time to try and make something in this game? Danny Williams can get there. He's tall enough. And the ball scoops over the top of him. Rojo win that? He doesn't. It comes off the shins of Nias. Nias is still going. And we've won it. Over to Martial. Pogba's there. I'm just going to ask for him for a through ball. He's got it to me. I'll try and get it back to Pogba and ask for a through ball again. I haven't got anybody to cross into here, so I'm just going to have to try and drop it back, and I've ended up losing it because there was nobody in the box. I was going to whip it straight in, but there was just nobody there because it should have been me there, and I had to drop in to try and create something. It's not going the way that I wanted it to go for Danny Williams. Although we almost got Valencia in. If Valencia had won that and got through, we possibly could have created something, but I'm just not liking our chances here with Danny Williams. A taller, slower player is just not the type I prefer to use. I prefer to use the sort of Alex Hunter type, which is a bit more pacey and somebody that can turn quicker and use his talents, but I'm going to ask for that. And try to get it back to Pogba and just crunched in the back, and the ball didn't go where I wanted it to go. Everton have got a chance here. Matic, he's got it to Danny Williams, dropped it to Pogba. Now we possibly might have a chance to get in behind. And Martial just rushed the ball. Just couldn't seem to do anything with it. Oh, here's Danny Williams.
Now Anthony Martial.
I'm going to ask for that in the gap. Oh, if Martial had got that pass through, we were definitely in because I held the run really well. Although it's possible that this cross may come in. The cross is coming in. Danny Williams has run away from it. It's coming up to the 90th minute now, and it is still 0-0, and it's looking like it's going to be a draw. I'll ask for this ball here. Let's send it out to Valencia, who's in a lot of space there. And the ball comes across. Can Danny Williams get on this? Oh! If that had have just dropped like an inch sooner, Danny Williams would have won the game right at the end there, but the full-time whistle goes, and it is 0-0, and I just couldn't, like, Everton were defending brilliantly, I just couldn't seem to get the opportunity that I needed. It was a pretty boring game if you ask for chances. I mean, Everton, 1 shot, 1 on target, we had 4 shots and 1 on target, and it was just... Oh, sorry, have I been subbed off? I've been subbed off in extra time. Right, so we'll have to simulate because I don't really want to watch extra time, if I'm honest. So I don't know how the result's going to go. It feels like there's going to be a cutscene here. And there is. He's got his head down, that's not a good sign.
Williams, just spoke with the boss. You're done. Pack up your stuff, lad.
Oh no. Your performance will need to improve if you wish to progress further. Would you like to try again and reset your character for the chapter? I think Danny Williams deserves one more chance, so I think, will that play the game again? Because if it plays the game again, I'd rather give it one more go with Danny Williams and try and save his career than just let him fail. It's kind of bad though, because it wasn't technically our fault. We had a decent game. It was the service that wasn't provided. So I don't know what's going to happen now, is it? What? I've got to do the whole chapter again.
You'll be fine.
No.
I don't know anyone out here. You sure about that?
Alex!
He's the reason you're here.
Dino!
I didn't know you had to do like the whole
Seems like we
chapter
both
again.
have come far since the last time we met.
Right, well
Although
what I'll
for my
do is when this
presence here, I
cutscene's
think I have your
finished,
performances
I'll
in the
back out to the
championships
main
to
menu,
thank.
I'll
The
come
difference you
back
make
into
when
the
you come to
journey
me last
mode,
year
and
alone.
then
This, I think many people noticed,
I
no?
think
I got a
you
lot to
can
thank you for
reload
too,
it
Dino.
from where you were.
Now we go. The
Instead of
press,
doing the
the manager,
chapter.
they're all waiting. Your
We
arrival,
should have
it
just
seems,
pressed
has caused
continue,
quite
and
the, how you
unfortunately
say it, the
Danny
media
Williams'
circus.
career was over, but I didn't really want to do that. I felt kind of sorry for Danny Williams because we had a decent performance, and it was the service that was given. I can't back out of this, can I? I can only... Oh, hang on, yeah, I can. I can hold square to skip.
Thank you all for coming
Skipping.
today. We
There
are
we go.
very excited.
Right, I'll say what I said last time. I want to take the next step in my
I
career.
want to take the next step in my career, and I can't.
That's what I said last time, and what did I say this time? I just wanted to play part of the football.
Hey man,
that's it.
it's all part of being a footballer. Of course,
I don't think I did actually. I don't think I did say that. People are entitled to
you're
their
entitled to your
opinions.
opinion. Maybe.
I don't think I said what I said last time, but yeah, I'm quite naffed off at that. How you have to start the whole chapter again. You think it'd have just redone the match for you, so let's just back out, which is quite annoying really, because you think it'd just reset the match for you. So let's definitely not continue the Southampton career. That will be uploaded later. The journey mode. Can we only press continue? No. Here we go. Right, load. Because we were on. I think it was on chapter 6. Let's try and reload it from here and just see where it takes us. I do apologise for this, guys. I actually had no idea that it meant the whole chapter. I thought it just meant that particular bit of the chapter. No, it's took us back to Madrid. If it's done what I think it's done and oversaved it, I'll be really annoyed. So let's go load again. It wasn't that one. The auto save. Let's try number 1, because I think that was the time where I stopped the last one. So it should say we're at Manchester if it's right. Yes, here we go. Right, so we've got one more chance to save Danny Williams' career. So I do apologise for that. I didn't know it meant the whole chapter, so let's do the training again with Danny Williams and try again. Tell you what, rewind. What's happening, guys? It's Daniel's 1989.
Here we
yeah.
go, lads. Back at the grindstone. Let's
Yeah,
sort the gap away.
I'm terribly sorry for that. But let's just pretend that the chapter's just started again, because I do feel sorry for Danny Williams. I don't think he deserved to pack your stuff, lad. That's it, game over. Because technically, it wasn't really our fault, was it? We had a decent game, and we tried to get people in behind. We were linking up with teammates well. It was just the service that were provided. They didn't provide us anything clear cut. So hopefully that will change in this match. I'm just trying to get this training done as quick as possible, so you guys aren't watching the same thing over and over, which I do apologise about. I didn't think it would do that. If it had said at the start it resets the whole chapter, I wouldn't have pressed it. But hey ho, you live and you learn. So if you are in the journey mode and you are doing Danny Williams and it says pack your stuff and you press retry, don't, because you have to do the whole chapter again. Note to self, jot that down. We did a little bit better in training. We got an A instead of a B in that one. I think we got a B in this one as well, if I remember rightly. So hopefully we can get an A in this, or we can just float it over the bar. Nice and P-rolled effort, why not? Yeah, I'm hoping that we will get some better service in the game against, I can't remember who it was against now. Who was it against? Everton. And Danny Williams can, I would presume we need to get an assist or a goal to impress the manager and yeah, I just felt really sorry for him because like what I would presume happened is when I simulated the extra time, we must have lost in extra time, which was when he was substituted, and then he sort of had his head in his hands, and then the boss come in, or Mr. Butler come in, oh, you're done, lad, pack your stuff. And that's a bit harsh, that, man. I know players have good spells and bad spells like any other player, but let's skip this if we can, because we know what he's going to say to us, so let's skip that. Yeah, again, my apologies, guys. I had no idea that was going to happen, so let's push forward now and have one more go with Danny Williams, and hopefully we can get an assist or a goal so that Jose Mourinho don't send him packing. If we don't, and he does send us packing, then sorry, Danny, but Alex Hunter is what we're here for. I do want to try and save Danny Williams because I do like him. I think he's hilarious. Some of the stuff he comes out with. The one in FIFA 17 where he said, "Oh yeah, big star Gareth Walker," like, oh, and sort of like as if his head was shining too much. That was quality. But yeah, let's try and help Danny Williams and bring his career back. So, but like his chances, if we get the service from Pogba, Martial and Mkhitaryan, which looks like it's a little bit better this time. There is Pogba. I'm just going to try and talk about service. I get the pass and then I get tackled.
What looks, Alan, very defensive, but there's flexibility.
I'm hoping that we can play better in this game, get a goal or an assist. But Everton coming forward, decent tackle from Rojo as Valencia. I'm just going to ask for it in the air because that wasn't to me where I asked for it. I'm going to say I'll ask for it in the air because Danny Williams is taller and he's better with his head, as was shown in the last game. But Danny Williams has got that too, Pogba. I just asked for the forward run there. I haven't really got anyone. I'll try and ping Mkhitaryan over. We have got the heading ability, but he can't get the crossing. Again, the service. But Danny Williams has got a bit of room here. Let's go for a shot. Why not? We need to do something. Another shot. He's in the bunker. I don't believe it. We have saved Danny Williams' career. Go and celebrate with the fans, lad. Yeah, why not? Get a yellow card. Why not? Mourinho will be happy with you. I just didn't expect that to go in. I shot first time. It pinged off. Is it Ashley Williams? Pinged off. No, it's not Ashley Williams. I'm not sure. Is it Irisa Gana-Gueye? I think it's pinged off Irisa Gana-Gueye. And then he's just hit it the second time on the volley. Now we scored. We are going to save Danny Williams. He's not packing his stuff. He's not going home. Hashtag Team Danny. I like that. I'm a Danny. He's a Danny. I don't want to see a fellow Danny get shrugged off from Manchester United. That would be terrible. So all we need to do now, seeing as we have scored, I would presume that is enough for Mr. Mourinho. He just wanted us to prove ourselves. We just need to put in a good performance now, so let's try and link up with a few teammates, try and get an assist if possible, and see this game through. Hopefully Everton don't switch it on and score and make it even, but I would presume as long as we get the match rating and we've scored, that Mr. Mourinho will be happy with us. So there is Pogba. I've got another chance here. Danny Williams can shoot half as good as he did then, which can't. I give the ball away. But ball comes back. I'll ask for that off Matic. I've got a chance to shoot again, so why not? It's blocked. That's a corner ball. We're playing a little bit better, and we're getting a little bit better service from the players, and the ball is cleared away. It's going to drop back to the. I think it was Mkhitaryan taking the free kick. We've got a man down in the box there. I didn't just notice that then in the corner of my eye. But Nias is trying to run forward. Marcus Rojo fouls him, and nothing's given. Here goes Pogba. Danny Williams is there. Try and turn. I need a run, and didn't get one. Danny Williams is not blessed with pace, unfortunately, and I did need a run there. I didn't get one. But Sigurdsson done well. Found Nias. There's Coleman, well chested down. Danny Williams should win the header, and does. So he asks for it back off Pogba and take the pressure off him. Here goes Mkhitaryan. It's a lovely little ball from Danny Williams. Asked for it to feet, why not? And he was tackled, and the ball almost came to our feet. If he could have done, he'd turned a shot. We might have had another opportunity to score there, but I'm going to ask for a long ball here. Danny Williams going for the volley.
Well, they've all gone to the defender to say well done. But I think the guy who had the
If that one would have gone in, that would have been an absolute stonker. Look at that on the volley. That would have been probably the goal of Danny Williams' career. But we're not quite there yet. Let's see the game through and let's carry on having a good performance, because it's dropped a little bit now to 7.8. I just need to keep linking up with teammates, keep trying to push the performance up, but we have scored. I don't know whether that is enough. Here is Pogba trying to turn quickly, and I'm tackled by Ashley Williams, and it was a fair challenge to be fair, a crunching one, but a fair crunching one. He's the kind of guy with the ball forward. Eric Bailly just sort of like jumped at that with the best intentions. Sorry, that wasn't Gate, it was Nias. Back to Nias now. Nias is taking his time, no one's pressuring him. De Gea. I'm going to ask for that if I can. Probably not the best, but I did get to it. There's Pogba. And Herrera with the ball. Valencia. I'll ask for that, I've got it. I need Pogba to make me a run here. I did just try and flick it in that gap there, but I've won it back, drop it to Pogba. I'll ask for it now, try and get Martial in, and it's headed away for a corner ball. We're dropping a little bit in that match rating, but hopefully we can get our head on this. Ooh, that was a decent challenge there, and I thought we were going to get our head on that. And Matic has got the ball. I'm at the edge of the box. I'll try and get another shot with Danny Williams, but I can't really get a shot away. That match rating is dropping a little bit. I don't want it to drop, I want it to higher, because I think we got a 7.2 on the last game, and it wasn't quite good enough, but we have scored in this game, which I would imagine probably will make the difference. Ball's dragged wide, almost coming up to half time now. We're almost there, and we have scored. We have got a half decent match rating, I would presume higher than anybody on the team apart from the assister.
Prepared to just pass the ball around in their own.
There we go now. Martial's made me a good run, so I'll ping him over the top. That has boosted our rating a little bit, but not as much as we wanted it to. Half time, we have scored. We've bettered Danny Williams' career a little bit. Is it going to be enough to please Mourinho and please Mr. Butler?
Second half starts now.
I think one or two players surprised us actually how well they played in that first half.
Won that.
Delighted.
I'll try and get him in behind now, just to get the match rating up. If you can put it in front of me or anywhere near my head, and I think I might be offside now. I am offside. That's dragged it down.
You can afford to give those defenders a yard or two, you know.
It's very strange actually, because the match rating with Alex Hunter goes up a lot quicker than it goes down. It doesn't seem to go down as much as it has with Danny Williams. It seems to have gone down from when I scored, and I was at like 8 or 8.1 or whatever it was, and it's gone down a little bit. Strange. Reece Ganaga. Decent ball. Nias is there. Rojo with a, I don't know whether it was a challenge or an attempted clearance, but referee doesn't see anything wrong, and play continues. I'll ask for that off Herrera. Drop it to Valencia, make the run down the wing. I am in a bit of space here. Pogba has found me, and I'll try and get that ball out wide to Martial. What a ball that is. Martial with the shot. Oof. If it was a little bit lower, I think Danny Williams would have got a head on that and possibly knocked it in, but we've gone back up to an 8.1 for, I would presume, a key pass. There goes Pogba, another effort and a save from the goalkeeper's keeping a minute here. We could have had possibly another goal there. Maybe an assist for Danny Williams, but for now, we've still got the goal, we're still playing well, match rating's there. Oh, that's a wonderful pass. I went to do a fake shot and turn there. It's gone to Mkhitaryan. Pogba, Mkhitaryan. And the ball is cleared away. It wasn't cleared the right way, but it's cleared away nonetheless.
And now a throw-in.
I'll ask for that.
Here he is, Danny Williams.
Pass it off to a teammate. Try and get in the box for the header, because that's the main thing that he's good at. And the cross was, I don't know whether it was an attempted cross or half a shot, but the keeper had to get a hand to it and floor it over the bar. I wasn't sure whether it was going in or not. It's aimed towards Danny Williams, who goes up for the header, and well beaten by the man. I'll ask for that here. Sorry, let's go for a shot, why not? And crunched into a tackle, but Danny Williams is up. Send it to the edge of the box there, and Reece Gay was in the way. No pun intended.
Now Mkhitaryan.
There's Mkhitaryan. Wait for the run off Pogba. Try and get Pogba in. We've got Pogba in. Pogba's got on it, and just doesn't get there enough to get a shot away. I'll make a run for Martial on his wing. Drop it off for him. And again.
Back with Williams.
Mkhitaryan's free. I'll ask for the cross. The cross does come in. Danny Williams on the head. Is it me or is it Pogba? Pogba stole it off, mate. I don't believe it. Well, we're having a bit of a dab there with Pogba. You can say that I made that because I called for it. Danny Williams' arm goes up, and then Pogba just gets in front of me and steals it. If Pogba hadn't got in front of me, we'd have got. Look, Danny Williams is up there. If he hadn't got in front of me there, Pogba, we'd have got our second goal. But we had a bit of a dab with Pogba there. Danny Williams doing the dab. That's something I never thought I'd see. But is that going to be enough? I would presume our match rating went up for that because we were a big part of the attacking play as we played the pass out. We have gone up to an 8.4. So I wouldn't have thought we'll get man of the match, but the match is still going on. Everton still have time to drag a goal back as they're in the box here. Decent shot and De Gea save. So I'll just ask for this with Danny Williams because obviously he's got the heading ability. Should win the header. I do win the header. Martial is away. I'm not blessed with pace, but I'm trying to get there for him. Ball comes in, and Danny Williams just sort of panicked there a little bit and did nothing with it. Sigurdsson going off for Rooney. Rooney making a debut back with Manchester United. I'm just going to tell people to help me squeeze here, try and create myself an opportunity. There's a lot of space that's opened up at the back there as he's thrown players forward. And the ball comes in. Sandro with a header. De Gea with a decent palm to it and made it look a lot more difficult than it was. But Danny Williams has got the ball. I'll try and turn here. I'll try and ping it over the other side, and I don't get tackled, but I want a free kick.
There's a change coming up, and it's for Manchester United.
I think we're going to see this game out now. We've got just over 10 minutes left now. Danny Williams should win the header, and did win the header, but it was too much for Mata. And Mata squeezed out of the ball. Martial's out there. I'm just going to shut down the pass. I knew where he was going to go then, tried to shut it down. He does shut it down, but it's going to fling back to the goalkeeper. Unlucky Danny Williams. Still trying to chase down. Pressure is on, but he definitely did me for the pass though. The space has opened up at the back there, and we're still onside technically. If the ball can come to us quick, we're still onside. But the ball goes in the box, decent effort. I'm going to ask for that straight away after De Gea. If De Gea would kick it up to us. Come on, De Gea. And can we get a head on it? We are the taller player. That wasn't my head, but it's gone to a red shirt. Now I'm offside.
Offside here, Danny Williams.
Dragged our match rating down a little bit, but I'm not fussed because we've been a big part in this victory for United, so we may still yet have another chance.
Danny Williams.
Got a chance here, I'm just holding it up, waiting for the space. There is the space. Mkhitaryan is in now. I'll ask for that back. Oh, he went to cross it in. I just wanted a little side foot back there, and Danny Williams might have had a chance to shoot again. But we'll run in the box. Ask for a cross. Cross comes in deep.
Oh, that's good defending.
Oh, I'll ask for that at the back stick. Oh, if I'd have got that at the back stick, I was definitely free there. And a wayward cross. It should be enough. We're about to find out. 3 minutes added on.
And the added time will amount to 3 minutes at least.
Whistle won't be far away, I would imagine.
Martina.
Everton trying to throw people forward. If you can see on the mini-map, most of the players are coming in the box now. Rooney's there. A goal against his old club? No. But me and Mata are on the attack and there goes a full-time whistle. I might have got Mata in there and got an assist. But
well, no wonder his teammates
is that going to be enough?
congratulated him because getting that goal in such a huge match, he's told us something about his
Hoping
temperament.
that's going to be enough.
Well, that's the end of this drawn-out semi-final over the two.
Please let that be enough to save Danny Williams. I don't want to go back to the menu and have to reload the chapter again. Which again, guys, I do apologise. I didn't know it could do that. We have wasted a little bit of time with this episode doing that. But we've saved Danny Williams. So in the comments, stick thumbs up and hashtag Danny Williams. Stick it down there. Hashtag Danny Williams. I want to see people saying hashtag save Danny Williams. That's what I want to see. Hashtag save Danny Williams. Look at that, with the crowd, got the goal. I'm pleased that we technically got him sacked, or got him fired as a player and got him sent home, but we reloaded, we retried, and I think we have saved Danny Williams' career. We don't actually know until now. Let's find out.
Danny Williams. Great game,
Different
lad.
cutscene, so I think we have.
Feels good to be a hero, hein, mon ami?
Lee.
The manager was impressed with your performance, lad. We all were.
Thank God for that. That is definitely a Danny Williams thing to say.
The Williams is back. One good performance doesn't make a season, so don't start getting full of yourself yet, Williams. But it's a start. Something you can build on. Now you got to start taking some responsibility.
Responsibility? Like setting a good example and that? Yeah, it's me all day long.
That's definitely a Danny Williams thing to say.
You remember what you were like when you first came here, lad?
No, he's going to get deep on me now,
Jack
isn't
in the box. You could barely sit still long enough to sign that contract. When the photographers left, you remember what you said to me? About wanting to make a name for yourself at this club.
What a joke, right?
Manager wants you to take a more active role over the next few games. See if you can help set us up for some success in the Premier League. You want to make a statement now. Earn yourself a spot on the team for the League Cup final. That'll be a good place to start.
Ooh. So that's where it's going to take us. We've won this game, which is the semi-final, and then I would imagine we'll go through to the final if the Premier League games go well. But if that game's anything to go off, we need to be performing every game for Danny Williams. We've got 2 trait points for Danny Williams though, that may help. Finishing definitely will help. Vision not so much. Finesse shot will help. Weak foot. Should we go weak foot? That'll probably be more better than... Yeah, we'll go weak foot so that either foot with Danny Williams we can shoot with. So 2 trait points to Danny Williams, that'll do. Oh, we've got another 2. Apparently we've got another 2. Finesse shot then. And outside of the foot shot. Right, okay, so that's going to go a long way to help then. Let's see what happens next. I feel a lot better knowing that we've saved Danny now and not let him just go home and say that Mr. Butler's, you know, pack your stuff, lad, off your pop. That would have been, I'd have felt really bad if we'd have completed it and help him out in the league, the second, and they're only 5 points behind Chelsea. Let's have a look at the cup. Liverpool in the cup. Let me have a guess who will be in the Liverpool start-up line. Mr. Walker by any chance? With the rivalry that them two have, you can see where it's going to build from. But I like how they've took a turn away from Alex, even though it is called Alex Hunter the Journey mode. But I like how it's took a turn away from that, and he's come out injured, and then you know he's trying to help Danny. I do quite like that. So let's try and further impress Mr. Mourinho in training, and try and get ourselves the starting lineup, and yeah, just generally help out. Oh, Lukaku with a post there. Just generally try and help out Danny Williams with his career, and we haven't actually hit the back of the net yet. Danny Williams at the back of the net, he can't. Should be able to get Lukaku in here, and we still haven't hit the back of the net. Okay. Now can we score, please, Lukaku? Yes, we can. Squared it. Keeper came out. That was silly. We got an A. We can deal with that. Lofted through passes. Now, I'm normally quite good at these, but let's see how we go. It's all about the way to pass, and that was a decent one, and Lukaku can't finish it. That's a decent way to pass. Takes the ball down. Let's go for the far corner. Good save from David De Gea. Decent ball. Need to turn here. Unfortunately, we can't turn. Lukaku's got a chance here. Bring it down. De Gea one-on-one, and De Gea wins. There's another good pass. I'm just going to try and chip it over him. Oh, got the touch on it, but it wasn't enough. We should still get an A, possibly a B. But for now, whoa, that was definitely not where I wanted it to be. Danny Williams is definitely a bit less talented than Alex Hunter, but never mind. We've got his heading attribute is probably his most decent attribute, and if we can try and get some crosses in, his heading will come in useful. So we'll advance forward at a training and see what happens. I would presume there won't be too many Premier League games left before the final. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll probably have time for maybe 1 or 2, possibly 2 more matches with Danny Williams to see where it leaves us. But yeah, a nice change to come away from Hunter with his injury and help out Danny Williams' career. I just found it hilarious that we didn't do. Oh, it's against Brighton. Well, I would imagine we'd score 1 or 2 against Brighton, given the talent that's at Manchester United. So I've got Pogba, Martial and Mkhitaryan supplying me again. But we need to perform here for Danny Williams. But yeah, again, my apologies guys for not doing so well in that first match with Danny Williams and sending him packing home from Mr. Butler, and we've had to reload it and do it all again. But we did want to save Danny Williams. I quite like Danny Williams. I think he's hilarious. And let's get in and try and get Danny another goal.
Well, I think so, Martin. I hope these 2 teams won't disappoint us.
There we go, Brighton to kick off. We've definitely got the size, which is going to come in useful here, because Brighton are more big and powerful and physical at the back, so having a striker who can challenge them for the ball, Danny Williams reads right up there. So, but Brighton chance here, decent tackle from, I think it was Ashley Young there. I'll ask for that down the line. I've got it off Pogba. Not blessed with pace, but whoever's chasing me clearly isn't blessed with pace. Let's try and turn back. Let's try and find Pogba. I think I found Pogba. He gets a head away and just over the bar. A decent start, finding probably a key pass, because our rating's gone quite high, so I think that was a key pass or a key cross for Pogba there. So a decent start. I don't want to have a bad game and then Mr. Butler says on your bike, unless that was just that one scripted game where we had to prove ourselves, because he did say when we were on the training ground, he said Williams a word, and he said this is your chance. So maybe it was just that one scripted game that if he didn't perform well, he sent packing. But I'm not going to let that say, oh yeah, we'll take it easy in this game. I still want to try and get Danny a goal or an assist, or just generally be part of the play. But Mkhitaryan in the deep cross, if we can get a head back across, but we can't, the ball could come back in, and Darmian can't keep it in. I'm just going to stick around the box and wait for a cross. So I've got the heading ability, but it may come to feet instead. That's a lovely turn from Martial. I passed it on to Mkhitaryan. Ball's come in. Oh, I almost got a shot away with Danny Williams there, but the defender just nudged me a little bit and knocked me off balance.
Just worried about the rain only.
Again, we'll try and wait for a cross off Martial. He does get a cross in, deep one. And had I made a little bit of a run second sooner, we might have had an easy header past the goalkeeper there, but not quite the cross we wanted. Unless Pogba sends one in.
Real buzz around Danny Williams.
Can we win that there? No, we can't win that. It's a free kick though, is it? Our free kick?
It's a real chance.
It is. Pogba stood over it. I'll let Pogba take a shot, why not? Ooh, tipped off the wall and it's hit the crossbar, but I'm offside.
Well, they might nickname him lucky after this. The frame of the goal came to his rescue, and then in the end, what might have been a chance just petered out, and he's got the ball, the keeper.
Pogba.
Yeah, he'll argue he had his angles covered.
It's not helping our match rating if Pogba scores, so let's try and boost that match rating. That's well controlled by Danny Williams there. I didn't expect him to control that, and we ended up losing it, but we've got it back. Nice little back heel to Pogba. I'm going to try and ask for it at the back stake, but Martial's shot, if he'd have crossed it to that back post, we would have probably had a free header then.
So we'll restart with a throw-in. Now Anthony
Martial with a decent touch. Pogba's there. Uses
Danny
me.
Williams.
Uses
It's
Herrera.
really passive play at the
Looking for
moment.
Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan gets it back across. Danny Williams with a volley.
Oh, that would have looked great if it had flown in, but in the end it didn't fly very close at all.
I feel sorry for him there because that would have been a spectacular goal. Great pass over. Mkhitaryan did well to get it back across, and if Danny Williams had finished that in the top corner, that would have been an epic goal. Or it would have been an epic start for the goals anyway. I would presume if we're going to score, we'll probably do more than one, because you know Manchester United are a little bit more blessed in talent than Brighton.
That's a
so,
wonderful tackle. Here's Brown.
but never count a football team out. That's the beauty of football. Anybody can beat anybody on a day. So down in with the header. There's Pogba.
And Herrera.
Herrera to Martial. Uses Pogba again. I'm just going to try and use Mkhitaryan. That's a lovely ball from us. And he tried getting the shot away and gets blocked out of it. Brighton are defending quite well so far. It's a decent ball out wide. Ashley Young's got to deal with it. Doesn't deal with it, and the ball comes back into the middle. They're passing the ball around very well, Brighton. Smalling with a decent tackle there. Shot comes in. How did that go in? Brown with the finish, and I have no idea how that's ended up going in. I don't know if it took a deflection or it just looped. He didn't. He just literally looped it over the top of De Gea. And what a finish that is! No, it didn't take a deflection off Matic. He just side-footed it and it dipped tremendously. And Brown, with a spectacular finish, has put Brighton 1-0 up. I am shocked that that went in. What a finish that was. Anyway, let's try and get back in it with Danny Williams. That would definitely please Mourinho. Mkhitaryan in behind. I was going to drop there for Mkhitaryan and ask for it back, but he got tackled before I could ask for it back.
United to this point. The manager is letting the players know he's not happy, and I'm sure that will provoke a response. And they will have to face that at half-time as well. Can turn it round. At the moment, doesn't look likely.
Out wide to Herrera. Pass for that inside. Try and go over to Martial. I'm going to ask for that in the box. Ball's possibly coming in. Oh, just couldn't get there with the header. Said his heading ability is the way forward, but every time I've asked for a cross, we haven't been able to get our head on it.
Room now out on the wing.
It's a decent run. It's Cathcart on the run. Decent ball in. De Gea deals with it. I'm asking for this, for De Gea to send it up there. And those, can I bring it down for Pogba? I can't, but I can bring it down for Mkhitaryan. And he'd give it back to us. Pogba's offside, so I couldn't give it to him first time. I'm going to try and knock it back here. I have got it to Pogba. He's given it back to me. I've dropped it at the edge of the box. How has Matic missed? How? Matic, who is a fairly decent shot of the ball, I've put it to him on a plate, square on, left or right of the goalkeeper, and he scored, but we're going half-time, Brighton 1, thanks to Brown. astonished how Mata has missed that, being the quality player that he is and the half-decent finisher that he is.
The second half is
And
underway.
misses a golden opportunity in front of goal. It has raised us up to an 8 rating, but an 8 rating is not winning the game, so I've got a bit of space here with Danny Williams. Can I try and get Mkhitaryan in there? That was just a terrible pass, and I've ended up committing a foul, but referees allowed it to play on. Ashley Young's done well there.
Now Mkhitaryan.
I'm going to ask for that in the gap there. Pogba's found me well.
Here's Danny Williams.
Let's get Damian involved.
Played forward, a bit of
I'll
menace
ask for
in this
that.
attack.
And there goes Pogba. I've put him in. He's got to score. He's hit the post. I don't believe it. And then it is turned in finally by Mkhitaryan. I can't believe Pogba hasn't finished that. If he'd have finished that the first time, we'd have had an assist. And then from the most acute angle, Mkhitaryan has, well, just blasted it, put it right in the roof of the net. And finally, we have equalised through Mkhitaryan, but how has Pogba not scored from there? It was closer than a penalty. But we've gone up to an 8.4, so I'm not complaining. We were clearly a key part in making that goal. And Mourinho has clearly spotted that, so we're now even. And hopefully, Danny Williams can get the winner, because that would be the dream scenario. So Pogba's got the ball. There's Martial, I've asked for it. I'm going to have to do some work if I want to get an attempt away here. But we've got it back. We may still get an attempt away here. We do, and Pogba's got in the bloody way. I don't believe it. We did all that effort, Martial got us back in, and Pogba's got in the way. Cheers, Pogba. You missed and don't get us an assist, and then you got in the way of our shot and stop us getting a goal. He's been a real teammate today, is Pogba.
Chris Smalling.
Here he is again. There's Matic. Herrera. I'm just trying to make a run on either side, whichever way the ball goes, to make some space. But Ashley Young. There's Herrera. I'll ask for that in the gap. Turn, so the back's to it. He's done well. And couldn't quite sprint away from the second man. I turned well to beat Cathcart, I think it was.
I think he saw the look from the other player and saw where the pass
try and
was
drop
going
that
and read
to
it.
Martial there, and I dropped it to the wrong side. I possibly should have gone back to Pogba. It's almost coming up to the 65th minute now, or it is the 65th minute, and it's even Stevens, and neither team looks like going in front just yet. So I'll ask for a long ball to try and win the header down for Pogba. I do very nicely. Try and get it straight out to Martial, which I've done. Martial should have turned there and got past his man, but he couldn't get past his man, otherwise we'd have all been in there. Young deal with that, he doesn't, but Smalling does deal with that. I'll ask for that in the gap. And just about got it. I thought I was going to get an intercepted there, but just about won it. What a ball that is down the line. We've got a few players open, Martial being one of them. If I can ask for this back. Cross has come in, but Mkhitaryan's open at the back stick. A side-footed effort with not much power on it, and the goalkeeper does make a good save, but it was possible we could have got a better effort out of that. It comes to the front stick and well cleared away. There's Pogba, drops to Danny Williams. Danny Williams goes for the shot and blocked extremely well by the Brighton centre-back there. They've definitely been a lot better defending in the second half as they were in the first half. But Danny Williams with a turn. Still got the ball. I'm still going with the ball. I'm just going to try and sprint in an area where I can provide something dangerous. Try doing the back heel and being clever about it. And I'm probably going to get a yellow card for that. He's injured. That's definitely going to be a yellow card, if maybe not a red. Yeah, yellow. I can take a yellow. Injured him.
Williams in trouble here. Yeah, he's going to get a yellow.
It's okay. It's not going to affect our match rating too much.
I've heard some of the fans shouting for the coach
but
to get this
we do need to get a winner, which is why I was trying to win the ball as much as I was, to try and keep the pressure on. But that's a good pass. Lukaku's come on. Lukaku's there. Decent ball across the box, and nobody is there. If Danny Williams can get the winner here, I will be ecstatic. But Brighton coming forward, they're on the counter-attack. Brown again, who has scored once,
in this
and
part of the
shut down
pitch.
by Herrera.
Mata giving the opposition a problem with their
Ask for the ball,
interpassing.
try and win the header. Can't win the header, but it's dropped down to Mata, I think that
Romelu
was.
Lukaku.
I'll get that out to Rojo. It's come back to Danny Williams. I'll go for the shot. And it should go out for a corner if the keeper can get there. Keeper does get there and stops the corner coming in. The header can come down. Keeper's still out of his goal. Danny Williams should win that. Does win that. Ball's being floated around well by Man United. That's a decent ball into Rojo. I'm looking for the ball. Yes. Oh, Danny Williams would have got his forehead on that. That would have been 2-1.
Got to keep the ball here under some pressure. Trying to catch the other team out.
Danny Williams, man of the match. Right, well, Mourinho can't be too annoyed because I've got man of the match.
That's great defending.
Can we win it though in the final minute or two? Danny Williams gets it forward. Marcus Rojo's there. Oh, if Rojo had just held that for a second, I could have got a through ball, and it's ended 1-1. I got man of the match, so if Mourinho is angry, then the rest of the team needs sacking as well.
Goalkeeper that was busy.
He's not very happy.
Look at him, he's coming off the pitch with a big smile on his face.
Well, here's one of the better performers today, Alan. What did you make of him?
That was an important equalising goal. Didn't have a whole host of chances, but
we'll see what happens after this, guys. And I don't want to drag this episode on too long because technically we did waste some time, but we have saved Danny Williams. So do put a comment, hashtag save Danny Williams or hashtag Danny Williams down there, because I think he deserves that. I felt sorry for him, which is why I reloaded it, ended up starting the chapter again, but you guys know why, because it's all about hashtag save Danny Williams. So let's advance, let's see if there's any cutscenes. If there isn't, I will bring today's episode to a close, which there isn't, so I will bring today's episode to a close. And yeah, leave hashtag save Danny Williams. Leave it down there, guys, because I like Danny Williams. I think he's a character and he's clearly got some sort of talent. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Make sure you don't miss out on tomorrow's episode to find out what happens, because let's have a look at the table very quickly. We're only 5 points behind, still behind Chelsea now. Was it Chelsea we were behind? I'm not sure. I can't remember. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Don't miss out on tomorrow's episode where we'll continue with Danny Williams. And this has been Daniel's 1989. Love you, bye.